cardinals have gone behind the locked and sealed doors of the Sistine Chapel. They have given the order extra omnes. And extra omnes means anyone who is not a cardinal must leave. So they have been in there in locked doors. We mentioned yesterday a Faraday cage has been constructed containing the Sistine Chapel itself, and we are awaiting. I believe we have a live shot of the chimney. Maybe we have to get that up in the corner or something. And for the ability to see, do we have a pope? And this is something that's really just an absolute key for not just for Catholics, but not just Catholics. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yeah, I mean, it's important because even a bad pope impacts badly on the global witness of Christians. I think we've seen that right across the world, possibly over the last 12 years. We've had this pseudo-fake, pseudo-anti-pope figure undermining the cohesiveness and the coherence of Catholic witness, especially on the pro-life issues. And I often point out the fact that the rise of the woke phenomenon really in the political sphere on the left really took place in the last anti-pontificate. And I actually don't think that's just correlation. I actually think that's cause and effect.
Well, and what's been so amazing, and we'll get into it after the break, but what we do see happening throughout Europe, on the continent, and really throughout America, is the rise of Gen Z returning to the church. However, the church that they're returning to, and you see, by the way, you see this with the evangelicals as well, you see it with the Orthodox, and they're not going back to the modern Vatican II church. No, they're going to the traditional rites, the ancient rites. What do you think is driving that?
I think it's a rejection of the whole boomer philosophy, and it's not, it's not something that you just simply see in the Christian sphere. You're seeing it in politics as well.
Yeah,
I think, right?
I think it's right.
Look how many people sort of younger than us, like kids to us, right? Coming up, as you say, Generation Z, how MAGA they are, right? They might not even be that political, but they know there's something about President Trump that they respond to. And I think part of that is, look, social scientists have been pointing out for generations that kids rebel against their parents. And what we're really seeing now is that rebellion taking place, not just on the political sphere, but also on the religious sphere as well.
Every sphere.
It's across every metric.
I had this conversation with someone yesterday, a good friend of mine, and he said, why is it that Gen Z seems to be moving almost on the right, they're going towards full Trump, and on the left, they're going full extreme. And I said, what's interesting, and I'd love to get into this, they've never lived in a world where institutions worked.
Yeah.
And so they are now saying, we've got to go further and further, whether that means in the past or further towards the future. It's somewhere where they want to be able to find some clarity. Live here in the Eternal City, we are in the Vatican, St. Peter's Square, the dome built by Michelangelo himself right behind me, and we're waiting to see black or white smoke be coming from right there. We'll see. We're right back. Jack Posobiec, live in Rome. Human Event.